Hello everybody, my name is Wilder, and the September 2022 Nintendo Direct was insane, for me at least. If you're a farming sim fan, it was extra special for a few reasons, and one of them, which was the biggest announcement for me, is that Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life is getting a remake. That's right! Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life is on its way to us, finally. You can hear me smiling because I am. It is so crazy to me that this is finally happening. I knew it was going to get a remake. I knew it. But I didn't know when, and I definitely didn't think it was going to be anytime soon. I'm just so excited and happy. I'm really happy. A Wonderful Life is my favorite Harvest Moon game, and the fact that it's actually getting a remake is blowing my mind. Let's go through the trailer and check it out together. Let's see what this trailer actually has. So right off the bat, we gotta talk about how it looks. I don't know about you guys, but so far from what I've seen, I like it. I do. I'm expecting a few things to be touched up and changed since this is the first trailer and the game is still a ways away, but so far, I'm liking it. Now I know better than to expect huge changes, but just a little bit of touch up. Let's take a look at some screenshots though. Take a look at some of these I found of the game's buildings. Here are Wally's house, Galen and Nina's house, and also Takakura's house. I think these look great. I think the textures are nice. The color is a bit off in my mind, for the game as a whole as well. But I think that just has to do with how much darker and I guess you can say grittier looking some of the areas and textures in the original looked, I suppose. I mean, some of the textures in the original looked pretty rough. But the remake, it looks great. Here's a shot of our farm, and in this one you can really see the difference in color from the original with a lot of stuff, especially the grass and the ground in general. This shot of Vesta's farm looks, in my opinion, the best out of all of them, and it's what makes me say, yeah, this does look great. Again, loving the textures for the grass and the dirt. It looks good, like genuinely good, not like a bucket of green paint was just spilled on the ground. And also the trees in this picture aren't pink, which means that it probably must be summer instead of spring. So here's a look at the second season, I guess. But here's one last shot when it comes to areas. This is the inner inn, and if you look to the left of it, there's a bulletin board set up here, which was not there in the original. And it makes me wonder, how many new mechanics are they going to be adding to this game? Now, it's no secret that the original A Wonderful Life was lacking content in quite a few areas, so I'm interested to see what's new in this remake. I'm thinking that bulletin board is going to be some type of request board that will let us deliver items to the villagers and befriend them even more on top of giving them gifts. Because that is a mechanic that has been in a lot of Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons games, so it would fit right into this game and make a lot of sense, especially with such a small valley. Speaking of new content and mechanics though, take a look at this picture. Not only do we get a nice look at some other characters like Ramona, Sebastian, Ruby, and Van, but we're also at what looks to me like maybe a brand new festival, which was not in the original game. I mean, it could be the New Year's Festival with a new design and cutscene since the trees in the background are pink, which means that it could be spring first. Or, you know, it could even be a cooking festival, maybe, although I doubt it since the food is placed in such a specific and weird way. Regardless of that though, this is a new scene in general, which means that they're going to be revamping the festivals and possibly even adding a few new ones. A Wonderful Life really needed more festivals. That was an area where it was really lacking in, so I really hope that they do throw everything they've got at this. This game is so amazing and it deserves to be remade properly. Speaking of characters though, here's one more screenshot I have that shows the harvest sprites, Nick, Knack, and Flack. It's really nice to see them again, and it looks like a one-to-one creation of the scene in the original where you get to name your newly hatched chicken. I'm loving it. I love how it looks. It's one-to-one. This picture makes my heart happy. Also, there was a separate and different trailer uploaded to Xseed's YouTube channel that has even more stuff shown off, including a remix of Breeze, the original song that plays on your farm in A Wonderful Life. It sounds absolutely great, but other than that song, it sounds to me like all the sound effects are straight from the GameCube game, and I love it. I love it. It's so nostalgic to me. Watching that trailer and just hearing all those sounds like the chickens clucking, your footsteps on the ground, the fishing noises, it all brought me right back to my childhood. Also, in this other trailer, we got to see a fireworks festival that you can watch with your family, Takakura included, which makes me very happy. So it really does look like they're bringing in classic festivals that were sorely missed from the original A Wonderful Life. I love it. I love there's going to be a fireworks festival. I really do hope they bring in a cooking festival. There's just so much to talk about and so much I want to show off. We got to see the inside of the barn. We got to see the scene where you get to pick a dog. There's so much that you can compare. One thing we didn't get to see though is the dig site, which I'm very interested in. The dig site was something that made A Wonderful Life very unique to me with how it worked, but I know that when they made Harvest Moon DS, they replaced it for the classic mining system, even though, you know, it makes sense because Harvest Moon DS was more similar to Mineral Town. But at the same time, they did replace it, so I'm wondering if they changed the dig site at all for this remake. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they did. The dig site, as unique as it is, it's also time consuming and not the most efficient way to spend your time, but I really do like it and the idea of it. But seeing the rest of this game and how faithful it is to the original, I really don't think they changed much of it, if I'm being honest. Something that was changed though, just like the Mineral Town remake, are characters' names. Now that Natsume isn't translating the games, we have a whole new team, which in the past has meant not only a lot less mistakes, but also a lot of new names. Two that I really wanted to bring attention to right now. First is this shot here. This is supposed to be Marlin? This shot freaked me out a bit. Meet Matthew, by the way. This is so crazy to me. He looks very different compared to the original, but he still has a very similar face, if you can see that. So I can see him in there somewhere. And a name change that I'm not personally happy about, but understand, is Muffy. Her name has been changed to Molly, and I just... Okay, well, one, I'm not a huge fan of the name, but two, I just don't think it fits her well at all. And she's my second favorite bachelorette in the entire series. Always second to the Witch Princess, of course. But I've married Muffy multiple times in different games, so this one is going to be really hard for me to change. I know it's going to be tough. It's going to take me quite a lot of time, and I'm going to go through some trouble with this name change, but I'll try my best. But, you know, it happens. I understand why. Listen, I'm just happy this game is getting a remake at all, so I'll take it. I'll take anything. It just shocked me is all. And also, just looking through the trailer again, some of these cutscenes look so amazing. I'm excited to get more content for a game from my childhood. I really am. Take a look at the bottom left of all these gameplay scenes, though. The inventory is out in the open just like in the Mineral Town remake. Looks nice and clean, so I'm happy about that. It'll definitely be convenient. I didn't have a problem with the quick menu coming down in the original, but they probably changed it to this because they didn't want to interrupt gameplay, which makes sense, and it's going to be super convenient. But if you look all the way on the right of the inventory, there's a camera icon. Does that mean we get a photo mode for this game? Because I would love a photo mode for this game. There are so many pictures of the valley I want to take. So many pictures of the characters and the animals. Photo mode would suit this game so well, especially because of the camera angle of this game, which I love, by the way, taken right from the original. I'm so glad they kept this as close to the original as they did. It makes me happy. I'm just so excited to see more. If there was an issue I had to have with it right now, it would probably be the lighting. The atmosphere in the original Wonderful Life is what really drew me in and made me love just being in the valley, and the lighting had a lot to do with that. To be fair, we haven't exactly gotten to see all the times of day and different weathers yet, and it's still early, but so far the lighting is looking fine, I would say. It's fine. I'm just very excited to learn more, and I know that we're in for a few more trailers, and maybe even some videos that highlight specific mechanics, both old and new, because Story of Seasons A Wonderful Life will be releasing on the Switch in summer of 2023. Wow, that feels surreal to say. That is crazy! There's so much to talk about, and I'm sure that you guys also found stuff that I didn't notice or pick up on, so please, let me know what you thought about this trailer and the announcement in general in the comments down below, because that's going to be it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you in the next one.